Hey guys! So, ever since I started this YouTube channel, I've been dying to talk about the hotel that we stayed at, the Art of Animation Resort. So much so that I thought it deserved its own video. So, if you guys have ever been thinking about staying there, then I highly recommend watching this video because it's all about Disney's Art of Animation Resort. Okay, so the first thing you need to know about the hotel is it's separated into 4 different sections. The Cars section, the Finding Nemo section, the Lion King section, and the Little Mermaid section. Now, the first 3, Cars, Finding Nemo, and Lion King, are all family suites. So they're going to be a little bit more pricey, but it's still on the value end of the resort scale, I guess. And the Little Mermaid section is the standard room, so it sleeps up to 4 people. And it's just, you know, your basic amenities, your bathroom, your sink, your beds, a table and chairs, TV, a mini fridge, and your drawers, and a place to hang your clothes you need to hang up, and a place to store your luggage. So it's pretty simple. And that's the rooms that we stayed in. We stayed in the Little Mermaid section of the hotel. Now, the one thing you need to know is the hotel, the way it's arranged is kind of one long path to get from point A to point B, and you're looking at about a 10-minute walk. It's nothing terrible, but after a long day at the parks, it can get kind of tedious, I guess. It can be kind of long, especially if you're there for a lengthy stay, you know, up to 2 weeks, which is what we did, and towards the end, we were getting pretty tired. I'm actually going to insert the footage that I took on my vacation there in 2012 at the end of this video, so if you don't feel like watching it, you can just get on out of it, and if you do feel like watching it, well, it's a little bit of Disney magic here, you know, for you guys to watch. I'm actually going to insert a few pictures of our room that we took while we were there right here. Like I said, it's very basic. You had just what you need to have an enjoyable vacation. The way I look at it, a room is just a place to sleep, so I don't need anything super duper fancy while I'm there, as long as it's Disney-fied and just a fun place to stay. So that's the rooms. So this is probably my favorite part of the hotel, which is swimming. I'm a Pisces, so I really like to swim anytime that I can, and we were there in October, so the fact that I got to swim in the fall was pretty big for me. Anyway, the reason I love the Art of Animation pool so much is the big blue pool located in the Finding Nemo section, because it has underwater speakers in it. Pretty cool, right? The only thing is, if you went underwater in the middle of the pool, you probably didn't hear the music as much as if you're right next to the speaker, just because, you know, you've got all the water around you, so the sound's not going to be able to travel as well as it would above the water, obviously, right? But what's also cool is they have 2 other pools on property, one in the Cars section and one in the Little Mermaid section, and I'm actually going to insert pictures of all 3 pools right here. About that is that, you know, you don't have to, if you're staying in the Little Mermaid section, you don't have to go all the way to the big blue pool to swim. You have one right at your resort, or right at your end of the resort rather, and I think that's pretty cool. We never used that pool just because we didn't get that much time for swimming. We crammed so much into our vacation that we just really didn't have time, but I was able to go into the big blue pool. I had to. There was no way I was leaving it out. It was pretty awesome experience. But the pools are heated, so you can swim any time of year there, really, but getting out of the pools can be pretty cold. But yeah, so you can swim at any time of year, and it's pretty awesome. But I highly recommend, if you get a chance, to try out the big blue pool just because of the underwater sound system. Yes, the food court. This is probably one of my only gripes about the hotel, is the fact that it I don't think it was personally built for the large crowds that were there. Now, like I said, we did stay there the first year that it was open, so it might have been more populated than, say, it is now, but the sound in there was pretty intense. Now, we always got a seat every time that we went, and we did kind of go during the normal, like, eating hours, I guess, but still, when we walked in, like, the noise to your ears was just, it was pretty insane. But, I mean, it was new and people were excited about it, so, you know, the voices are probably going to be a little louder than, say, they are now. My only gripe. The food, however, was pretty decent. It was, you know, your standard food court food. They had pasta, they had burgers, they might have had seafood, I can't remember, it's been like 2 years. Yeah, but anyway, it was, you know, standard food court food. It was delicious. I always went for the burger and fries. Yeah, it was just my go-to food back then, but it was pretty awesome. It was pretty delicious. And also, every Disney resort has refillable mugs. I don't actually have mine with me, but yeah, I think they're like $14 or $15, and it's good for the length of your stay, and free refills for the whole time you're staying there, which is pretty good because drinks can add up. You get pretty thirsty. It gets pretty hot down in Florida. So yeah, the food court is, again, separated into different sections themed to the different sections of the hotel. So you have the Nemo little area, you have the Ariel little area, Lion King, and Cars. It's not like separated by walls or anything, it's just, you know, you look around and they're different themed. If I have any pictures, I'll insert them, but I'm not sure I actually have any of the food court. But yeah, I mean, don't expect any super duper fancy meals there, but oh, and the breakfasts were really good too. I'm a huge breakfast fan. Like, if I could eat any meal, it would definitely be breakfast. If I would probably skip lunch and go right to dinner because I don't know, the food there was pretty good for breakfast. Lunch, you know, like I said, decent, and dinner was decent as well. But yeah, so that's the food court. So I thought that I would include this in the video, which is, you know, you gotta get from the resort to the parks and back again. I talked a little bit about buses in my planning video, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about them when I do my Magical Express video later on, probably in the new year, because we're getting close to Christmas now. But the buses at the Art of Animation Resort were pretty on time. We waited maximum maybe 15 minutes for a bus once, and that was because we had missed the first one. So, I mean, I don't know if it's different now, but when we were there, it was literally about 15, maybe 20 minutes between buses, but we waited no more than 15 minutes. And if I'm not mistaken, they don't make many other stops other than the Art of Animation Resort. And what I mean by that is if you stay at the All-Star resorts, they pick up passengers from all 3 All-Star Movies, music and sports resorts. And so you all kind of crammed into a bus on your way, excuse me, on your way to the resort, whereas the Art of Animation, I think, was the only stop, maybe one other resort before that, but so you weren't really crammed like sardines on the bus going there. Coming back might have been a different story if you're coming back at night when everyone's waiting for a bus, but that's, you know, that's gonna happen with any resort. You might be packed in like sardines. Anyway, so yeah, I found the buses to be pretty reliable and pretty on time when we were there, which is something to consider with any resort. So there you have it, my sort of insightful review on the Art of Animation. I kind of threw this video together really quickly just because I've been dying to film it for a while now, and B, we're getting close to the holidays, so I don't really have that much time to film. But I hope this was insightful for some of you, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. Links to the Facebook page, as always, in the description bar, and I will see you maybe next week for another video of Disney Dreaming. Take care, you guys. Bye!